Hi to televisionet.tv.
Sono scappato prima dell'arrivo dei nazisti. La guerra ha cambiato tutto. Oramai non sappiamo più chi siamo.
Sono Anita, anche se i miei documenti non sono pronti.
Lascia Auschwitz fuori da questa casa.
Questo è meglio se lo copri. I comunisti non sono teneri con gli ebrei.
The reason I was delighted to be involved in this is because, of course, Roberto Faenza's track record is incredible. You know, he's a prolific maestro here in Italia and beyond. So that was it was a safe pair of hands, definitely.
Quando potrò uscire? Oh, quante volte devo dirtelo? Se la polizia ti ferma e non hai i documenti, ti arresta.
Dai, vestiti, ti porto fuori.
Fuori?
Un giorno gli montiamo sopra e ce ne andiamo via, lontano.
Dici sul serio?
I knew some stuff about the period. I didn't know much about geographically where this story is set, newly formed Czechoslovakia. More research I did, well, first and foremost, was the autobiography by Edith Bruck. And I also did some reading on the recent history and relationship between Israel and Palestine, because that was something I was quite fuzzy on, and so, you know, took the opportunity to get educated on that subject. But as regards this time period, I didn't really know anything about it. But you know, this, I suppose, as an actor, it's first and foremost a personal story. So I suppose you have to understand your story emotionally, and that is the backdrop. That's the context in which the story takes place.
Sei stato nascosto tutto il tempo?
In una fattoria, con mio fratello e con tua zia Monica.
I think he's a guy who's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's at odds with his national identity. It's a really strange time because, you know, one of the lines that my character says in the film is, "I used to be Polish, now I'm Czech." That's such a strange concept, you know, that you grow up all your life being of a certain nationality and all of a sudden the borders change and you're from a different country. That's just so strange and so bizarre. So there's a lot of resentment there, and there's a lot of fear from the Russians. There's a lot of fear from the Christians. You know, it was a very strange time, and what's interesting about this period is that not a lot of people realize that I think in some senses the Jews exchanged one tyranny for another, you know, and the tyranny continued.
Eli, tu mi ami? Voglio saperlo.
Ma lo sai già?
No, non lo so.
Sì. Certo che ti amo.
I love rehearsal. I love when we stop talking about it and start doing it, really, you know, and getting it wrong, and then getting it a little bit more right, and then eventually getting it great, you know. And what was lovely is that all of my stuff is with the lovely Eileen Powell. It was genuinely a joy to do stuff with her, you know. I mean, you know, it can go either way sometimes with someone who you're working that closely with, you know. It can be tough, but with Eileen it was just an absolute joy. I mean, you know, there's a scene in the film where I slap her in the face because she stands up to my character, says, "I don't want to have an abortion," and I go, "Shut up," and I hit her a slap. And that was day two. That was day two of filming, you know, so we jumped straight into it. And
Anita, fermati! Anita!
the next project, I'm going off to India next month to do a small film on which I'm a producer, as well as actor, as well as show-off. It's a low-budget film. It's called Jet Trash, and it's actually based, like this, it's based on a section of a book, but it's based on a novel as opposed to an autobiography. It's majoritarily set in Goa, so we're off to Goa to shoot for 4 weeks, and then we come back to the UK to shoot for a week. So that's madly exciting, you know, and terrifying in a whole new level.
Se la vedi, le devi dire che io non torno a Zigovec senza di lei.